Hey, you guys, I just wanted to step in. I just wanted to not ask the question, just say some things and get y'all input on it. Sorry, I'm in my bed. I'm tired. It's snowing like ever in Cleveland, Ohio. I hate it here. Back to what I was saying. When I made a statement, no, I didn't make a statement. I commented on a statement. Lil Duval said something on his Instagram page one time. Hold on, let me find it. Maybe I should have found it before I came on here. But he had made something referencing that, you know, these conferences is basically a waste of time if you're not getting like no hard resources. Like, are y'all tired of people telling their stories? Stories are good for good content. Um, for good content and different things like that. I guess to see like where people came from and how they came about. I'm looking for it. And how they came about in that nature. But at what point are y'all going to be tired of these stories? We done heard all the stories. We done heard all the stories. We done heard everybody's story. We done heard how you overcame from being a Democrat to a Republican, how a Republican done overcame from being a Republican to a Democrat, vice versa. I'm looking for this. So it's just like you go to these conferences, you pay to go to these conferences to hear people's stories. Yes, stories are very inspiring, but now it's time to put stuff in place. I can go all over the world. Where is this at? I can go all over the world. Here you go. Leave them you know he crazy. Leave them motivational speaking seminars in 2019. This little Duval. And I agree with that. It's like, listen, we don't need to hear the speeches. The speeches should be over with. It is time to put in work behind those speeches. Okay, I want to tell you how bad this is, how bad it is, but what are you going to do to change that situation? It's like I listen to some of these speak. It's the same thing over and over and over and over again. Nothing is new about none of this stuff that these people are saying. I can talk about the Democratic Party all day. Everybody know I'm not a Democrat. I know how they are in our community. You see my shirt, Democrat favorite cards or race. You know what I'm saying? I sell these on my website. Go check that out too and purchase. Support your girl. But listen to this. I'm also doing other things. I'm also finding ways to better help people in a community where I grew up in, where I'm at in Cleveland. So I can't help the world. You know what I'm saying? I can only do a small part, and I'm doing some stuff in Cleveland, Ohio. Ohio having they have a pardon program, and um, I'm working on getting the word out with that. I'm supposed to be having something on the first with the applications. Here go the application. If your felony's 10 years old, come on, let's fill this out. Let's get this done. Let's get them felonies off your background. I joined the Republican Central Committee in my neighborhood. Why did I join the Republican Central Committee in my neighborhood? Because the Republican Party represents my values. Yes, it's a lot of things that I don't like about the Republican Party when it far as to come to black outreach, but how can it change? It has to change. How is it changing? By me joining to come in and being an advocate and the voice for that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not me just sitting on the sidelines saying everybody how bad the Republicans have a bad outreach with black voters in these areas. You know what I'm saying? So I joined the Central Republican Committee like I'm a really elected official because my name gonna go on the ballot. I didn't even know that part. My name going on the ballot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know my name gonna be on the ballot, but I don't care. because I want to change my community. So by me being having a central committee seat, I'm going to implement a lot of things for my ward, for the ward that I'm over. You know what I'm saying? Like like when it's weather, I'm not doing nothing in the cold. I'm sorry, but when it's weather lighting up, I'm gonna be going door knocking. I'm gonna start a street thing where we get to know all the people on the street, get to know all the elders. So when it's trash week, the elders ain't got to come outside, take their trash out, different stuff like that. Helping people, going door to door and finding out what do they need help with, and sending those peoples in that way. That's how you change a community. I mean, a community. So sitting up here listening to y'all with these stories, like it's no shade, but it's just like, are you telling these people, the banks, are you telling these people how to start a Republican committee in a neighborhood? Not just sitting up here telling them how bad the Democratic Party is. We already know how bad the Democratic Party is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen, people are tired of hearing that. I'm tired of hearing that, and I'm not even a Democrat. You can't sit up here and just keep beating the same horse with the same stories. And then a lot of stuff I ain't even gonna speak on that, because that's just a whole nother subject. I'm gonna stick to the subject at hand, because there are a lot of great conservatives that have been conservatives way before 2016, have been conservative Republicans all their life. And with the grifting that's going on, is like they push to the back burner because people so thirsty to hurry up and change the vote. But a lot of that stuff gonna backfire on them. But for you in your community, those are the things that you can do. These seminars, going to these events where they could just talk about Democrats and have these same speakers saying the same stuff about how the Democratic Party is. Just like I got on Elizabeth Warren today. She was where was she? She was in Tuscaloosa somewhere. Yeah. And talking about something that happened 120 years ago in the Black community. Why are we talking about? Don't come in my face talking about nothing that happened 120 years ago. This is 2020. It's a lot of stuff that you can talk to right about now about 2020. So I also say this to my conservative Republican brothers and sisters. Quit saying, don't nobody care about the Democrats being a party of KKK or none of that. This is 2020. You don't have Ku Klux. Well, it probably is some still. It is Ku Klux Klans still around here, but they are not running nothing. It is not like it was back then. It's stuff that happened 5 seconds ago that you can talk about the Democratic Party on. It's a lot of stuff you can talk about them on. You don't have to talk about stuff that happened 50 years ago to impose. But see, a lot of these tactics is the tactics that I left that they are doing on the right. You can't push that fear and try to. You can just talk about your policies and how your policies on that side is better than theirs. Not something that the party was 50 years ago, and just like that's just all nonsense talk. I'm telling y'all, that is all nonsense talk. Like it's just so outdated. And I'm gonna call that out on this side, just like I'm gonna call it out on the left, because I was really irritated seeing Elizabeth Warren little video. She down there talking about something that happened 120 years ago when they burned down and killed a lot of people, black folks down there, and I can't even. The Black Wall Street down in Tuscaloosa down there or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then she's sitting with the mayor and stuff. So basically, now this 100 years later. We talk about 100 years later. He talk about, well, you know, we're going to build a museum. How is a museum going to help somebody? All a museum is going to do is show me something that happened in our past a long time ago. I'm like this. Don't bring up my past, because I have a horrible past. And I don't want nobody bringing up my past. And I don't like hearing nobody past. It's good information to learn. But it's just like, how is that going to help the community, a museum? Not, okay, let's build some jobs. Let's get this Black Wall Street. They're talking about a museum. Not I ain't taking it the hard way saying that the museum shouldn't be there to tell the people something that happened 100 years ago. Like, if that's what you want, but I think you can spend that money otherwise and allocate that money into helping entrepreneurs get those business loans, go get those grants, start those give tax cuts on the first bill if they get a bill, stuff like that, stuff that it really benefits you, not a museum. Out of all that whole video, we got out of getting us a museum for something that happened 100 years ago, so I could just keep seeing this. There's nothing wrong with seeing it, so don't take that out of context. But I'm just saying. And she's talking about if she was a senator, she gonna make white domestic terrorists. You are, I mean, when she become president, you are a senator. You can do that right now. You could be writing up stuff right now about domestic terrorists, making that here, bringing more light to that, and working with the federal government on that. You can do that now. So don't tell me you cannot do that. I mean, that you're going to do that when you're president. You've been in Congress, like you said, all these years and you ain't lost a race yet. So, but you ain't did none of this though. So this is all election scene. It's all stupid. But I'm just coming to you to say, like, I'm over these speeches. I don't want to go to none of these other stuff. Like, I want to attend some stuff that can help. Listen, I done heard, it ain't a story I done heard. I have somebody done switch their party on how somebody done got to where they got. And this is that it's time for resources. It's time for change. It's time for money. It's time for grants, stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. No shade to people that's holding these stuff. Like, I mean, that's just not me. I just operate on a whole nother level. And that's what I'm doing. For anybody say, well, what you doing? I just told you what the hell I'm doing and what I'm going to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think people should be doing. Instead of telling us something about 50 years ago and why you're not a Democrat. That is old. That's all I want to say. Have a blessed day. And it's freezing here in Ohio.